Ron Harris here for MuscularDevelopment.com. Coverage of the 2020 Olympia weekend in Orlando brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. It's all over, guys. The whole weekend. The show's all over. Thank God. And I love it, but I'm glad it's over. Joining me, as always, or actually I'm lucky to have him this weekend, Milos, the Mind, Sarcev.
That's good.
So,
okay, Ron.
Man, where to start? New Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, I actually sensed it. I felt it all the way through, like months ago when actually there was debate, should Ramy be invited? And then some people were against it. This is why he was invited, because he was a potential winner of the show, and he proved it. So that special invitation, no matter how many people were against it, I was completely for it, because he deserved it. This is the physique that could win the Olympia. It's going to bring the competition, and he did. He bring it on, spectacular showing, and I think there was no doubt. I'm sure he's going to be a first place across the board.
Yeah, I mean, I think this restored a lot of people's faith in the judging, because all day long I was hearing, oh, they're not going to let Ramy win. It's going to be politics. They're going to make Phil, just because Phil won 7, they want him to win 8. They're going to let Phil win. Or he's the reigning champion. They're not going to let anyone beat Brandon. But man, I was worried when Ramy got the People's Champion Award. I said, oh no, they're going to give him like 3rd or something, you know.
You see, this is how it was before, maybe, that they would compromise and give a people's choice. No, this is people's choice, and this time judge's choice with them. I think he was very clearly dominant, because his structure, his size, width that he had, and then conditioning that he brought, it was unbeatable. I mean, we would like to believe there was a really contest. He was a clear winner. There was more contest for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. As a matter of fact, after prejudging, I maybe saw Phil was 2nd and Phil 3rd. After the finals, Hadi Chupan keep moving in, and I actually, would even see him as high as 2nd, because let's face it, Phil has this fabulous physique, everything is popping and all this stuff, but the problem that he had persists. And it was visible. I mean, I wish that it wasn't there. Then we would have a much greater of the show. But there was too many poses, too long on the stage with the problem. Judges couldn't ignore it.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping he'd fix the problem too. I would have been very happy if he came back looking awesome and won it, but it just wasn't the way it was going to go. Brandon Curry, do you think Brandon looked as good as last year or better? Why do you rate Brandon?
No, I don't think so. Actually. This balance between his upper body and lower body is still there. I mean, fabulous structure. When he was a silhouette, remember when he was coming in? And that silhouette is fabulous, but still a little bit lighter on the legs. He was fading throughout the prejudging, if you saw it. And now when you look at really structure of Hadi Chupan with those thick legs and always good conditioning, I actually had a feeling that they could have put him as high as 2nd. And I really don't think there was a clear 2nd place. There was the judges maybe that saw Hadi and the Phil. It could go either way.
Yeah, I think Ramy was a clear winner, and 2nd, 3rd, 4th, I think you could have almost put those in any order, and nobody would have been somebody would have been mad and some people would have been happy. There was nobody that was really dominant over the other ones. 5th place, William Bonac. I thought William looked really good.
You see, William is consistent, and maybe conditioning was slightly off. Maybe during a prejudging, I think at the finals, he looked tremendous. William has too much muscle that I said before, really, and then the structure it's still a little narrow. So when he stands next to Brandon, there's wide like this, and Hadi, and especially Ramy, it was visible, right? So I think that's fair placing. I do believe that Akeem is 6th. Akeem Williams looked tremendous. Oh my God! I mean, if he brings even tighter conditioning and thins out that skin, even more. Because now, really, he was super impressive.
Yeah, and it's to his credit, a couple of years ago, I think the best he's ever done in the Olympia. I think he got 10th one time, but I never thought he was going to be top 5, top 6. And it's no knock on the guy. I never saw him putting it all together, and he's really starting to do that. Yeah. So props to you, Akeem, and your trainer, Oscar.
Let's just say I want to mention because Jan Valery, he did spectacular, very good, and I'm sure he plays quite high. Leo Brada, Hunter Labrada.
He competed against Lee, not Hunter.
Yes, I know. I was confused for a second. Because Labrada always goes with the name of Lee, right? But now it is Hunter. He was again slightly off. I mean, I don't know exactly what's happening. If he would bring a drier condition, then he would be contender, but he was just still lacking.
You know, he just did his first pro show like 2 months ago. I think he still needs to figure a couple things out. I need some experience.
And now, to talk about our favorite, Dexter Jackson. Dexter, we all love you. It's spectacular you can be in this kind of shape even at this age. Yeah, but it's really time to go, because for the first time I actually seen a tired body, that probably doesn't really want it. I think that Dexter, for this contest, for the first time in his life, dieted with clean food, and that's probably what cost him some fullness. And but it's a wonderful career, most inspirational bodybuilder of all time, 29 victories. I mean, thank you for breaking my record. I was the record holder for 72 pro shows. You passed me long ago. So we love you, and have a great retirement.
Yeah, I mean, they had his whole family up on stage. If you didn't catch the live stream, it was very emotional. Yeah. Let's talk about classic physique. So we had the 25-year-old returning champion Chris Bumstead from Canada. I had him. Did you watch Classic today or no?
Yes, I did, and I'm going to say that it's a good when I have to eat my words. And I was saying earlier, I stand behind what I said last year. I didn't see him as the winner because that crazy great structure that he had was still lacking some muscle size, fullness back and arms. But this time, I mean, he really brought it. I mean, he was so convincing. That structure is God-given, but he put some quality muscle. I mean, he was so confident he was even calling Brian for, back-to-back comparisons, and he held his own. And because of the structure and super great V-taper, I can see now why maybe judges, they were foreseeing this is going to happen. And, many people said that's a structure that they want to mold everybody into it. So, Chris, don't take it wrong. I always wish the best, and when I said there was no bodybuilding contest that he could beat Brian and George Peterson, for example. Yep. Now I think that even in bodybuilding contests, you can beat him. Yes, because he really now, the structure with the great muscle size and roundness, definition.
I wasn't even sure how much he'd improved, but his coach, who's also his brother-in-law, Ian Valliere, I don't know if you saw his Instagram, he posted a rear double bicep shot from last year next to one from this year, and it was a very
shocking.
big.
It was shocking, and I mean, I have to say, I always call it as I see it. Yeah. I don't have a favorites, and I can talk about it. I wish everybody the best, but as an analyst, I have to say my true opinion. And a lot of people encourage me. I mean, don't be political. Say what you mean. Yeah. And Chris definitely deserved it. Oh my God, and there's something also about him, that confidence, stage presence that he has. I mean, it is dominating.
And he didn't have that before. He was kind of shy up on stage before.
I think that really now he is convinced that he is by far the best. I said this, and I don't hide it last year. I don't think he was convincing, and if I'm a judge, I wouldn't give it to him. If I was a judge today, I would definitely give it to him.
So a real big upset was Terrence Ruffin in second, and Brian going all the way down in third. Yeah. I was at judging, and I feel that after judging today, I still had Brian in second, but tonight, Brian flattened out. Brian did not look as good tonight at all, and I think that's where Terrence Rough Diesel got right ahead of him, and rightfully so. He looked phenomenal tonight.
Yeah, plus, don't discard his posing skills, and that posing routine was going to give chills and sway you in your way. I mean, there was very close between Brian and Terrence. I think what I mentioned before, Brian had a little bit narrow structure, so there was more V-taper to Terrence, and conditioning was very, very good. Terrence didn't have arms like Brian, but again, if this is classic and they go with the structure, maybe this is why they went Terrence's way.
Yeah, I do think we're starting to see there's a very, very different judging criteria for classic. It's not judged exactly the way bodybuilding is, and that's good. Why have a new division if you're going to judge it just like all the other divisions? So fourth place was Alex Cumbernero, the Arnold Classic champ. Fifth place, Brian Jones. To me, I never heard of this guy until he won the Chicago Pro a couple months ago. I think he has potential to win this thing in a year or two.
Yeah, he has the potential. Of course, there's a lot of guys. Steve Lauros, there's a lot of those potential great genetics, great structures that if they mold themselves into the perfect conditioning. They can possibly take the show. But as I've seen today with Chris Bumstead, I see what people were saying. I mean, really, he is tall, so dominating, wide, and he has that disappearing waist, sweeping thighs in the definition. I mean, he made me a believer today.
So fifth place, this new guy, Brian Jones, who I never heard of until he won Chicago Pro, which was in Atlanta about 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. I don't know how long it's been this year. But man, what potential on this guy. Tall, beautiful shape, tiny waist, hits a lot of unique poses. I think he has potential to win this thing maybe a year, 2 years from now.
Crazy potential. I mean, arms, oh my God, right? And it's just muscle quality already, maturity. You see, some people have it, some don't. He already has it. God-given structure. If he continues improving, chiseling, he's going to be a definite contender.
Anyone in Classic that impressed you that you think has the potential to move up maybe next year?
I mean, I always like Danny Yonan. Yeah, and I know that he had a rough year and is still presented. He has that, package, small waist and, shape, so I wish him the best. Keep grinding, don't get discouraged. You're going to be there.
He lives in that. Where do you used to live? Like in Southern California. It was close to San Diego.
San Diego somewhere,
Yeah, he lives in the same town, wherever he used to live. I know that. I don't know why I remember that.
Driving to Fit Nation a couple of times before to train with me, so I know he's somewhere from San Diego.
Beautiful physique on Danny. Keep your head up, kid. You're going far. So just to run through a couple of things real quick. Bikini, we had a new champion in Janet Leog. She had been the runner-up 3 different times. Second place, Jennifer Dory. Third, Attila Santiago Santos. Fourth, former champ Angela Teixeira. Fifth, Lauralie Chapados. And the crazy thing was the reigning bikini champion, Isa Piccini, did not even make the top 5. And I knew that in the judging because they had her way over to the side and they never moved her.
You see, I mean, I don't really understand because she looked quite the same as last year, maybe even improved. But this is how close bikini is. And, first I want to say congratulations to Janet. Oh, my God, 3 times runner-up. She has that's something special about her. Absolutely beautiful face, sweet personality. I mean, she's a, poster girl for, the bikini title. Jennifer Dory, oh, my God. Yeah. Jennifer is a super hard worker. He's climbing up. And I just had an inside scoop, like how hard she was dieting. I mean, no carbs, no fat. 600 calories a day for 2 months.
Did you say 600 calories?
600 calories, yes. Because of course I always
like one rice cake.
There's one rice cake too many because she had no carbs. Yeah. I mean, and she's a bundle of energy. I mean, oh my God. Wow. Mark Anthony, a good friend of mine, her boyfriend was supporting her. Which Mark, that's what we needed when we competed, and our significant others. So great job, Jennifer. Absolutely. Third place was. Attila, right?
Yes, she was third place, yeah.
And she's also up-and-coming champion for sure. We talk about her in...
she was on the cover of MD.
Yeah, but the show that she also won, she came from Brazil.
New York, yeah.
New York, okay.
She had to quarantine in Mexico for 2 weeks for that.
Yeah. Beautiful face, beautiful body. Girl next door, just like super pleasant. It's going to be very hard to beat. I mean, that's why I don't think there was a huge difference. There was probably difference between first and sixth place, a couple of points. It could be coin toss and go either way.
Janet gave hope to all the American bikini women out there. This is the first non-Brazilian to win in a very long time, guys.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's been Brazilians for a long time.
Which proves, a lot of people come to me and say, IBB is political. And no, hell no. Which actually happens in other federations that I know that they're very much adjusting the score sheets and all that stuff. Not here. You come here, you prove it. Doesn't matter if you speak English or not, because they were also saying, would they ever give it to Rami or Hadi because they don't speak really English? What this has to do with
or they're from the Middle East, or they're Muslim.
Yeah.
I've heard all the stories.
No nationalities. No favoritism. If you're better, you win. And I must say this about the judges. I'm impressed because they can actually glance through like 6 people at the same time, and they don't have too much time. And to pick the right winners in such a short time, you do have to be an expert.
Men's physique, we had a new champ. He was actually the champ 2 years ago, Brendan Hendrickson, but he beat the reigning champ, Raymond Edmonds. Third place is Kyron Holden. Fourth, Jeremy Potvin. Fifth, Andre Lincoln. Is that everything? Yeah, that's all the divisions. Ah.
Yes. Brandon had that incredible physique. I know when I went to China, there was his poster, and he looked tremendous. He, has a, bodybuilding body, right? The capped shoulders, good chest, small waist. So a lot of people are molding themselves into it. Then I think that the direction that the men's physique was going, okay, scale down. We don't need this much fullness, this much roundness. But as soon as I saw him today, I mean, how can you deny it? This is beautiful shape, great condition. So, I'm happy for him that he came back and took it again.
Yeah. Because, people were saying, complaining they were getting too big, whatever. They were starting to look a little bit like bodybuilders, but then he started marking the guys down who were too big. I think they found what they like in that division.
Yeah, but I do have one more thing to say, please.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes. As classic physique came with the longer shorts and now they reduced it, why on earth, for the love of God, would you allow athletes to have a shorts up to your knees and not judge the legs?
Yeah.
Please consider to at least cut them in half and have some legs showing, so those guys are not going to be able to have excuse and not to have a leg day. Because
well, you had to buy them from the NPC for a long time, I think. So they must have a lot of the old style left over. Give those ones to the men's physique guys, because then you could see at least half the quad or something.
It should be. I mean, really, how can you allowed to be judged just halfway? And not just that. I mean, I would suggest bringing a couple of poses, because if you just have a frontal legs that you repeat 10 times, it's quite annoying, right? So at least if you give them a chance to present themselves, let them present their muscles.
Yeah. I don't know if they should be posing or anything, but at least let's see some more of the physique.
Yes, and classic physique should have a lat spread pose.
Absolutely, front lat spread. Why not, guys?
And back.
Yeah, I could deal without the. If you give him a front lat, let's not. We can't ask for too much.
Okay, well,
maybe next year we'll ask for that.
If you ask me to choose, I would do front lat spread too. Yeah.
All right, guys, that is going to do it for our coverage of the 2020 Olympia weekend in Orlando, brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. Thank you so much, Milos. I'm saying that Milos.
Milos,
I
okay.
say it the correct way from the old Yugoslavia. But Milos, thank you so much. Great opinions.
Always
and
a pleasure, yes.
As always. Always good to see you.
Yeah, and I'm happy to be free to express my opinion. You always encourage me, so I don't hold back.
Yeah, to a point.
To the point, okay. Thank you.
Cool, man. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Check out the musculardevelopment.com website and forum. We have contest galleries from the show. We have a play-by-play thread with tons of pictures on there and opinions and insights. More videos on this YouTube channel. Check it all out. We appreciate it. So for Ron Harris and Milos Sarcev, we'll see you at the next one.